When I heard about the clinic, I got excited because at the time it seemed it was the only way that we could get some type of exposure to that type of law. There was no actual real class that we could take to get bankruptcy and foreclosure law combined to get a real feel for it. So when I heard about the clinic, I was excited and applied, and 6 of us got selected to be in the clinic. And it was an upstart program. It was the first semester that they were going to run it. So we all kind of didn't know what to expect. And within, I believe, 4 weeks, I was already in a courtroom representing clients because we got a student license to practice, and was learning the law, learning how to deal with the clients, learning how to deal with the judges, learning how the courtroom works as far as interacting with the clerk and the other attorneys. And within literally a month, I felt like I was that much more comfortable being in a courtroom, learning how to represent these clients in basically one of the hardest things they've ever had to face, where they're facing potentially having their family kicked out of their home. It was pretty powerful. Just recently, actually, I had a client that I was continuing to help, that some paperwork had been gone missing, and then we needed to resend it, and he had just filed bankruptcy. He just got his debts discharged. He has a family in Hampton Bays, and his mortgage was something like $3,700 a month. And he's a short order cook, and the restaurant industry with the economy was coming down, and he was getting his hours cut, and he was freaking out, and he didn't really know what he was going to be able to do. And I was able to get in contact with City Mortgage and get some things organized and some paperwork in, and was able to cut his mortgage down to almost $1,400 a month. And he was in tears. He didn't even know what to do. He was thanking me, and I never expected a reaction like that. It just was another day in the office. We got some paperwork back. These are the figures, but you kind of lose sight of like how meaningful this means to somebody else, where now they can walk around and not feel like they can't get something that they want to eat that week because they're afraid to pay their bills. You kind of lose sight of that when you continually do client after client. And when you step back and realize what you're actually doing for these people, it means a lot. If I had to pick one thing to say to the donors, it's tough to narrow it down to one thing, but I guess it's almost, I could express to them in words, the gratitude that all these clients, because it's one thing about me as a student benefiting from the experience that I gained, but it's also another thing for the community just in Central Islip alone that's benefiting from their gifts. Just our clinic alone, the Mortgage Foreclosure Bankruptcy Clinic, is helping those people that feel like they have nowhere else to turn, that they're just going to be eventually kicked out because they don't have the resources to get their own representation. So as much as I would like to say to them, thank you for what you've done for me, I wish I could express to them thank you on behalf of all the people you're helping.